The Emerald City of Oz, a shimmering beacon of hope and dreams, is built on secrets. And sometimes those secrets start to leak. What began as behind-the-scenes camaraderie between Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo during the filming of Wicked has morphed into something strangely compelling, unsettling even. It's a slow burn, a subtle shift in dynamics that has left fans scratching their heads and whispering in the digital corridors of the internet. Initially, it was cute. Two incredibly talented women bonding over a shared experience, the pressure of bringing beloved characters to life. There were photos, playful banter, and the kind of genuine affection that makes you root for their on-screen chemistry. But somewhere along the yellow brick road, things took a detour. The dynamic shifted, becoming less about mutual admiration and more about possession. At least, that's the vibe many are getting. It started subtly, a lingering touch, an overly attentive gaze, a need to always be physically close. Cynthia seemed to be constantly adjusting Ariana's necklace, even when it was perfectly in place, holding her fingers, a casual kiss. Small gestures perhaps, but they added up. It became a pattern, a constant need to be near, to touch, to fix Ariana, even when there was nothing to fix. It was as if Ariana was a delicate porcelain doll, always on the verge of shattering, and Cynthia was the only one who could keep her whole. The internet, of course, noticed. And the internet, as it always does, had opinions. Many felt Cynthia was overstepping boundaries, invading Ariana's personal space without consent. Some even went so far as to accuse her of being in love with Ariana, a theory fueled by Cynthia's increasingly possessive behavior. It created an atmosphere of discomfort, an awkwardness that was palpable even through a screen. Then came the change in Ariana herself. Her style evolved, becoming edgier, perhaps more influenced by Cynthia's own aesthetic. It was as if she was slowly morphing into a reflection of her co-star, a subtle but noticeable shift in identity. And that's where the alarm bells really started ringing. The dynamic reached a fever pitch during the press tour for Wicked Part 2. A clip went viral showing Cynthia looking visibly worried and annoyed when Ariana struggled to open a water bottle. The reaction was extreme, almost disproportionate to the situation. It was as if Cynthia felt personally responsible for Ariana's well-being, as if any perceived weakness on Ariana's part was a direct reflection on her. It was then that the whispers turned into shouts. This wasn't just about friendship, it was about something deeper, something potentially unhealthy. The constant touching, the unsolicited fixing, the almost obsessive need to protect, it all pointed to a dynamic that was far from balance. And the internet, fueled by speculation and a healthy dose of armchair psychology, began to dissect every interaction, every gesture, every fleeting glance. The emerald curtain was starting to fray, revealing the disquieting truth beneath. Cynthia had to drop out of the press run for Wicked Part 2. The official reason? She lost her voice. Convenient, some might say. Suspicious, others whispered. It didn't take long for the internet sleuths to connect the dots. The backlash, the possessive behavior, the extreme reactions. It all culminated in Cynthia's sudden disappearance from the promotional circuit. People began speaking about Cynthia and Ariana's odd relationship since the press run of Wicked Part 1, but the weirdness has definitely gotten worse since then. You'd think that since they're currently on the press run for this movie, they would be trending for the movie, but it's the complete opposite. This clip of them from a few days ago went viral, in which Cynthia looked visibly worried and annoyed when she saw Ariana struggling to open a water bottle. You could tell from the clip that it took everything out of her not to take that bottle and open it for her. It was such an extreme reaction to a water bottle, like never that serious. Cynthia legit looked like she would do anything just so Ariana wouldn't struggle to open that bottle. If you thought this was weird, wait till you hear about all the other times Cynthia acted like Ariana was some fragile little thing that was going to break. The weirdness started in November 2024 during the press run for Wicked Part 1, when this video of Ariana stroking Cynthia's finger went viral. So basically, the reporter was telling Cynthia that people were using the lyrics of Defy Gravity to hold space after the 2024 presidential elections. Cynthia got all emotional, and that's when Ariana began stroking her finger to comfort her. The entire thing was weird as hell to people, because who strokes another person's finger as a way of providing comfort? What happened to gently rubbing their back or hugging them? There was also a video of Ariana literally going off on a helicopter because it was flying by right when Cynthia was crying hysterically over a question she got asked. I'm not even going to bother going through all the other weird moments because we'll probably spend the next 40 days dissecting it. Anyway, just a few days ago, the Wicked Part 2 press run started, and it was the same weird mess as the first one. In fact, it got so bad that even Ariana started looking at Cynthia a bit weirdly. Ariana was more tolerant during the first press run, but this time around, she was completely over it and didn't even bother hiding it. Immediately, they started this second press run. Cynthia was right back on her BS. A video went viral of her repeatedly touching Ariana's face, arms, and even adjusting her necklace, which was already in the right position. A lot of people dragged her for filth for this, claiming that she was invading Ariana's boundaries and being a narcissist. Right after this mess, another video went viral of Cynthia snatching Ariana's arm and kissing all over it without any prior consent. Today, we get to do popular. Can you believe that we're doing so great? That joy he wanted to infuse in every frame. Here is the film. There is something creepy and narcissistic about this Cynthia. Like Cult of One, the possessiveness, love bombing, and space invasion. Music, just wrong. Used to stand Cynthia Erivo hard, but her Wicked era obsession with Ariana Grande is straight up weird. Constant finger holding, arm snatching, singing with her is addictive. Quotes, "Girl, chill." It's giving possessive vibes, not sisterhood. Ari looks drained as F. The worst one yet happened a few days ago when Ariana got jumped by a fan during a press run in Singapore. Even before the fan had the chance to pounce on Ariana, Cynthia got into action to protect her from him. She was literally faster than the security, y'all. If that alone isn't enough to show you just how intensively she's always watching Ariana, I don't know what is. Cheering. Now, obviously, this is a good thing because that fan could have honestly been a danger to Ariana. He could have had a weapon on him or something. So Cynthia stepping in that fast was a good thing. However, people also felt like this was a major red flag. They said Cynthia did this because she genuinely believes Ariana is her property. Music. The backlash got so bad that Cynthia ended up pulling back from doing any interviews. Her team told the media that she pulled out of the press run because she lost her voice. But people are convinced it had to do with the nasty comments she got from being so possessive of Ariana. But here's the crazy part. When Cynthia pulled out of doing interviews, Ariana also pulled out. She says she was pulling out in solidarity music with Cynthia. People are convinced that Cynthia brainwashed Ariana on set, and that's why she's been acting differently since she made Wicked. The Ariana we all knew prior to her meeting Cynthia Music is definitely not the same Ariana we have today. As usual, people had their own thoughts, like this person who said, "The one thing I honestly cannot stand about Wicked Part 2 rolling around is having to see this weird behavior between Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande again. It's legit gross, very annoying and aggravating. It's off-putting as F. Makes me not want to even watch the movie." Another person said, "Wicked has been wicked to Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, both of whom look emaciated and are acting strangely on the PR circuit. I haven't seen the show, but are they emulating their movie personas by staying in character? The over-the-top niceness, touchy-face stuff is weird. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think of Cynthia's odd behavior? And do you really think Ariana is secretly scared of her? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other messy video.